Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to just go over the planners slash journals that I used this year, and I will be honest, like I totally love them and there's nothing wrong with them, but they are unfortunately journals that I will not be carrying into the new year. So my next video that I release will probably be my Techo Kaigi. If you saw, I did do a Twitch stream already to go over my Techo Kaigi, but I'm going to also be filming a official Techo Kaigi for the planners and journals that I will be using for next year. But I thought it would be fun to just kind of show, the planners that I will not be using for next year, just to kind of talk about them and just give them a little bit of love. All right, so you kind of already see there are 3 journals that I will not be carrying into 2023. And the first one we'll talk about is my Hobonichi A6. It is in this amazing, lovely cover. And this is the Into the Forest Hobonichi cover, and it is so nice. It is like literally the perfect green that is so me. I was definitely into jewel tone greens for quite a while last year, so I'll leave it at that. But just look at this trifold cover. So the great thing about the cover is I will still be using an A6, so I can totally transfer the cover over next year. But the book itself, the A6, I will not be using for next year. And there's a few reasons why I will not be. I think the main reason is that it is a daily journal. And I think for a daily journal, it's hard for me personally to keep up. I think if it was my only journal for like the entire year, I would definitely use a daily. But just for the sake of the fact that I have so many other planners and journals that I like to keep up with daily, weekly, and I just want something that's lower maintenance, that is the main reason why I'm not using a daily. But I honestly, the size, I love it, so I will be using another A6, but I kind of will do a little bit of a flip through. Like, I absolutely loved using it for just like daily journaling like this with some deco, and then on days that I didn't do any journaling, I just like used I just did a collage or decoration, so that was really nice and fun to do. This was like another fun spread using Sticky Club. Here again, like I literally just pasted a tearaway calendar and like some PT tape, same with this. Here's another collage that I did, and then like some blank pages. So yeah, so I think it's not to say that I don't like this journal. The daily portion is just what I will not be using for next year. But I did really love this planner. So who knows if it will come back in 2024, but for now I will not be using it. So the next planner that I will not be using and bringing into the new year is this Midori Gradation. See the time of day. What is it called? It's the Midori Gradation Diary. I think there's a few ways. Day length diary. I've seen it called a few different ways, but I'm kind of laughing about not bringing this one in because it is a recurring joke in the Twitch stationery community that this is like my planner, as in like this is the PGP Peachy Green Paper planner because I used the heck out of it. I would show it all the time. Not many people that I personally know use this for this past year. So yeah, so I was using this planner as just like a highlights planner. It was pretty much replacing like the Erin Condren that I had previously been using, and just like doing, recaps and using planner stickers and fun stickers, doing little mini collages here and there as well. That was just kind of a way that I was using this journal or this planner, was just as highlights. So I want to say that I will not be using the planner itself for next year, but I will still be using this sort of highlights planner style next year, and you'll see in my next video what I have decided to use instead. But let me just go over kind of why. I think the main reason for not using this is it is just another bound book, and I think with another bound book I just didn't want to add extra bulk to my collection, just having extra like another book. So that is kind of the main reason. The size though, I absolutely loved. The columns were perfect. It fit Himikuri like perfectly. This is not a Himikuri, but it is a Job's Journal version of a Himikuri, which is the same dimensions, and look, it like fits in the columns perfectly. And the other amazing thing I loved about this is that there was a little bit of color with the gradation, so it wouldn't be a completely blank page. It would still have, you know, some colors and things that you could use and then put deco on top, and you know, you don't really need that much writing or deco, and it would already be really like you can tell that there's stuff on the page because of the colors and the gradation and the layout of it. So I do really love this. I just didn't want to add another book into my lineup for next year. So that's the main reason, I think, as to why I won't be using this. But again, who knows for 2024. So the last book that I will not be using is the Mr. Eggplant's Thinking of You. And this is an A6 size, and this was used primarily as my media journal for this year. So I would be using it for like books that I was reading, shows that I was watching, movies and things like that. I would use the monthly page just as like decoration. So this was a lot of fun. Yeah, again, just like very free decorations with, you know, a few journaling things throughout the way. Here are some other pages, examples. But again, like, this is not going to be, the function is still going to be used for next year. It's just this book itself I'm not going to be using. I'm going to be using something else. So, but media journaling is still for me and still here to stay. And the main reason about not using the Thinking of You for next year is because of these empty pages. So I don't know if I have talked about it before. I've definitely talked about it on stream before, but the interesting thing about this layout is that if the month ends on a Monday, there will still be a layout for that and a page for that. So for example, here, February ended on a Monday, and there's still this entire blank page and blank space for that. But when you go to the start of the new month, so March, it continues that week. So from March 1st, from February 21st, that week still continues, and it's an entire new weekly spread just for that same week. So for that reason, I found it really difficult to fill up empty pages and things like that. There's also these pages that are offered, which is really fun to do like calligraphy or like handwriting practice. And then again, there's like the cover pages, which I really liked and used, but I think these were the extra pages that I didn't totally love. And again, that's just for me personally. I know some people loved using these pages and just like filling a page with decorations and tapes and stationery and things like that. But just that pressure, added pressure of having to basically do 2 weekly spreads in 1 week was not for me. But other than that, I completely loved using this book for this year. I think the paper was so nice, and I love that it was cream, and just, you know, I do like the layout itself. It's a very fun layout because it has blank space at the top and then this weekly layout on the bottom, so it's really fun and easy to use. So those are my 3 planners that I will not be carrying on to the new year. Now that I'm going through all of these, I'm really sad to actually be moving on from them. But again, I will not say no to these and that they will never come back, but just at least for now, I plan to experiment or try some other new planners in my lineup. So thank you again so much for watching. Please stay tuned for my official Techo Kaigi and what planners I will be using and carrying on into the new year. Thank you again, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what planners are you not using for the new year. I would love to hear your thoughts and what you're not going to be using as well.